Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the thinksound in20 right here. Beautiful wooden earphones. Compatible with it. Of course, they're compatible with Android. I mean, it's a 3.5 millimeter plug. It's compatible with everything. I don't actually have the. For some reason, I don't have the specs. So you get a pouch. This is like really being more and more common is the pouch with everything. I prefer a case myself. So you get a little clip for the microphone. You get all these different tips, which are wide bore tips. I suppose narrow bore, I guess, would just be too bassy. Because this does have some really good bass. So I'm going to put those back in the package. There, and a little microphone thing in there. Okay, so looking at these, they're obviously very nice. Metal and wood. You can't get any better than that. There's a little thinksound thing there. Left and right indicators there as well. Taking these chips off. Some wide nozzles there. Very nice indeed. How wide are these tips? They're actually got a decent width. I probably have a set of spin fits that would go on these really well. So it is a wide bore. That's amazing considering the bass that comes out of these guys. So these were engineered by Aaron Foreigner, if I'm saying that right. It's an audio engineer, compatible with iOS and Android. It's 3.5. It's compatible with everything. Wooden housing for crisp, accurate music reproduction. It's got an 8mm dynamic driver, 18 hertz, up to 18 to 20 kilohertz frequency response. 96 decibels of sensitivity, so it's going to need a little bit of volume there. 16 ohm impedance. Angled gold plated plug. It's a 45 degree. It's not an L shape. It's actually, we'll show it to you. It's kind of this shape, which I remember from what was that brand? Symphonized. Use these a lot in their plugs, and it was actually the first time I ever seen that type of plug. Kevlar reinforced cable right here. You get the splitter there, massive looking splitter goes into there. There's actually, where is it on this side? The microphone with the remote. Get a look at that. All metal. I mean, it really does look sharp. Some nice quality here for a set of these type of barrel or bullet-shaped earphones. Made out of wood, of course. 9.5 ultra lightweight design. Passive noise isolation. The isolation on this is very good. It's sweat resistant design, perfect for the gym. It's got flexible ear tips, cord clip, cotton carrying pouch, and 1 year limit warranty. That's all that we have for the specs. Okay. So let's get on to my notes. Alrighty. So this model is the in20. Their models have like whatever it is. Like I actually have the full size that I'm still testing, which is the OV for over. They also had an on-ear one, which I don't know if they make it anymore. So we're getting into the sound here. Now, obviously this cable is it's a solid, kind of really stiff cable. I imagine it probably could get tangled. It's probably more springy, and the little micro sounds probably a little bit with it when you're traveling. Other than that, it's a decent quality cable. Really like the look of these. They are a little bit longer here than some of the other bullets that I have, but they were comfortable in my ears. They're small enough. So we're getting into the sound, what I think of the sound, and I've heard these described as analog sound. I would think of these more as kind of, yeah, I guess analog. I thought when I heard these, I was thinking of my, although there's a little bit more bass with these, I was thinking of maybe my Grados. These reminded me of the Grados, the 80s that I had. So, bass quantity. Bass has some very good punch to it. Bass is very good quality bass. You know where it says quantity and quality, you're actually getting both. I wish this would focus in on the I am and not the words in the background. So you're getting both, quality and quantity with this. There's some very good bass. Sub bass does have some good emphasis, especially really low down. There's this big punch like a stereo, like you're listening to a stereo. Definitely some good quality bass there. Amazingly enough, it doesn't really bleed that much into the mids. There is a slight warmth to the mids, but it doesn't overpower the mids. Now, also getting into the mids, they're very, very thick. They're definitely rich sounding. They kind of got a smooth sound, almost like listening to like an album. It's just very nice kind of analog sound. There is a little recession. This being a V shape, it's like a standard type of V shape. There is a little bit of a recession there, but the vocals seem forward. They definitely don't suffer at all. They're very clean sounding, and they definitely have a nice warmth to them and good details. Getting into the treble actually sounds kind of balanced. It does have a decent amount of air and sparkle, but it doesn't seem to extend itself. It seems kind of polite sounding, to be quite honest. But overall, that's good because there's no harshness there. There's still some good detail in the treble. Don't get me wrong. There's a decent amount of energy there, even though it doesn't extend outward a lot. It's still there. You can still hear the presence. Soundstage and imaging on the in20 is decently wide. It isn't as deep as it is wide. I think that's common. I find that a lot lately. But it definitely has a good width to it. And there's some good imaging there. There's definitely some good separation and layering. Overall, the performance of this, I would say, is a nice V shape. It kind of has a smooth presentation. Definitely some good bass with power and control. Decent amount of sound stage. Mids are very, very good and clear. With a typical V shape, there's a little bit of recession there in the mids, but it doesn't hurt the vocals. These seem to be easy to drive. However, I think that they work better when you put these on at least a portable amp or a dongle or something else like that. But you can drive these from your phone very easily. So overall, fun sounding, very fun sounding, kind of smooth, kind of laid back, quite enjoyable, very good for the gym. Anybody that's looking to get into like something that's a nice wooden type of monitor, I would say that this is very good. It's a wooden earphone, and it just has a unique kind of sound to it that is a little bit different from its predecessors that you find out there, all the other barrel shapes, because this one's made out of wood and aluminum. And Overall, I like these. I think these are very fun sounding. As for technicalities and everything else like that, obviously there are ones out there that you would get for that. This is just for pure music enjoyment, I think. And I think a lot of people would like the just laid back sound that these have. Very fun sounding V shape. So that's basically all I'm going to say about these. If you're interested in these are like $199, so they're not cheap by any means. If this sounds like something that you want, you like the look. Remember, with these, it's about not only about the sound, but it's about the look. It's about the presentation of them overall. I think that people that buy the wooden IAMs know what they're getting into. They know what they want. Wood's used in musical instruments and everything, so it adds a quality and a character to the sound that a lot of like metal and stuff like that don't. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link for these down below. This has been the thinksound in20. I hope this video was informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you out on the internet. Stay safe.